Hello, a lot of people asked me to put up videos for UW, so I learned them and here it is. This is the first tutorial for Emo Terraway. I won't speed up the video over here because I want people to see whatever goes on. So the equipment I'll be using is energy storage, superior energy storage headpiece, and radiant and attunement runes on all armor, and staff with enchant and plus 20 energy. So as soon as you enter in, you can cast Belt on yourself and the lab tank because it's not affected by the bond, so you can cast that. So the lab tank or someone will actually aggro the skelly downstairs because he'll be patrolling on top. So once they kill the skelly, they will pop the cons, and then you can start maintaining your enchantment. Skelly's dead, you pop the cons, cast protective bond and enchants on yourself, and cast protective bond, life bond, and belt spirit on the lab tank. Once that is done, he will go and lure out the aggro, and in the time being you use protective bond on all the other people of the group, every single one of them, and keep on using burning speed to maintain your energy, and don't let it drop below 50 ever. So the lab tank will just aggro all the mobs and pull them to a corner. You just stay here, don't go in. If they're dying nightmares, you wanna stay out of the aggro range because if they rend you, you will lose energy quite fast and lose bonds. So you wanna stay out of range and let them do their thing. The lab tank can hold aggro comfortably and doesn't need heals. Stay there, they will spike the group. Sometimes if the dying nightmares do remove protective bond from anyone, you cast it back. Always look at your bonds and see the number of people you're bonding. So like if there are 8 people that you're bonding and you only have 7 prod bonds, just go check the list and maintain protective bond on everyone. After that main mob is pulled, the lab tank will pull the mobs over here, so that is to let the terras go and do their job in pits, plains, and pools, mountains. So the lab tank will just mob him over here. You can infuse the lab tank over here, but do not go in unless he's balled them up. So just wait till he's stationary and the group has started spiking the necro and the writ, and then you can infuse. Because if they break off aggro onto you, they can interrupt your ether renewal. Because the ATACs have ether renewal and the grasping have interrupt as well. Over here I'm just the attacks broke loose, so I'm just tanking him because you have prod bond and you don't take too much damage. You can tank 1 or 2 of them because you can manage the interrupts with them, but if there's too many of them, then it gets a little bit dangerous. So you don't want to aggro a bunch of them and tank them. So once those 2 mobs are dead, you come to this place, and over here lab tank will aggro all the mobs close to where the reaper comes up. So just stay in the aggro range of the lab tank over here. Keep casting burning speed if you're losing health a lot. Losing energy a lot. Basically, you don't have a difficult job in this until you tank Doom, and that's the only maybe difficult part that you have as a emo. So and the rest of the time is just maintaining bonds. It's not difficult at all. So just stay here, wait for the lab tank to mob them up, and wait for the SS and the SOS to spike the group. So once they're about that location, the SS will spike them. Over here, yeah, our group forgot about the. Cause sometimes there are graspings that come from behind, and they can erupt you. So what I usually do if I get like any aggro on me that erupts me, I usually throw up a enchant or a skill like something like Balts that takes 2 seconds to cast, and usually the anything that interrupts will use the interrupt on that skill, and then I use Ether. So just cast Belt, watch if like they're interrupting you, and then use your main skill. So like I didn't see them interrupting, so I cancel Belt and I use Ether. So that's a good trick to have if you are close to something that interrupts. So once they are dead and the repress popped, there's a skeleton down here that you need to kill. So usually the lap tank and the emo and the necro and the rit will come down here. So just go up and infuse them. After the skelly's dead, the lap tank will stay down. You will come up to here on top of the stairs, and one of the necro or the rit will take the quest, escort the souls. When escort the souls is up, there will be 2 groups that'll pop up, 2 groups of mind blades. So one will be closer and one will be like closer to the other steps. So the lab tank will aggro them, and what you want to do is always stay in range of your lab tank. So when he starts going up, following that direction, you just follow him, but don't aggro anything. Just stay in range of the minimap. So just make sure that you see the lab tank on the minimap, and yeah, you can stay in range. So he will ball up 3 groups of mind blades and 1 group of ATACs that's on top of the stairs. All you need to do is just wait out here. You can say like emo is a boring job, but it's necessary, and a lot of groups that are new to Underworld. I mean, not new to Underworld, but a lot of groups are looking for emo. So I mean, if you can master that, you can actually find groups. So I mean, if you're trying to learn Underworld, I will start from this. I will first try to learn SOS, then maybe SS, then the emo, and then the lab tank. Like follow this sequence, because SOS is the easiest one, and so if you're trying to learn anything, yeah, I recommend starting an SOS, but watch a video or something before that. Maybe I'll upload it. So the lab tank will walk him down and ball him close to one of the pillars. So just don't go in range until he says so. You will know that he's balled him up if he aggroes them like close to the last pillar on the side, and he will ping usually. So once you see the ping, you can like come to this place, but do not aggro anything. The mind blades have interrupts, and they have migraine as well, so that casts your casting speed a lot and leaves you vulnerable to interrupts. They use leech signet, so just stay out of range. If anyone is dying, infuse them. If the necro or rit is dying, go close to them, infuse them, and then walk back immediately. You don't want to stay in range of the mind blades. Also, if you do aggro any of the mind blades, be sure not to walk to the new souls, because if any of the new souls die, you fail immediately. So yeah, just cast, infuse, and also use the same trick. If you see like one of the mind blades is casting on you, cast one of the longer enchants before, like cast belt or protective bond, and they will interrupt it, and then you cast Ether Renewal. Also, if it's possible, back up out of their range and then cast your spells. Kill all the Mind Blades and then follow your lab tank up the stairs. Stop down from the second stair of steps, like right at this location. Don't go any further because there are more Mind Blades that pop up. So just park right here. The lab tank will aggro the group of Mind Blades further up, and when he aggroes them, the Mind Blades will pop. Make sure he gets that aggro, and then he will run up and he will aggro some of the graspings pop-ups. So yeah, make sure he aggroes all the graspings, and when he aggroes everything that he wants, just lure him to the side. I mean, he will lure him to the corner over there, and when he lures them, that's your cue to go up and kill the skeletons. I drew on the map of where you never want to go further from that location, so you always want to go as far as the cave or as far as the hut right here. Never go anywhere further from that, because if you go further, a grasping will pop up and they will kill not only the tortured souls that you need for the whale team needs for the other quest, but they will interrupt you as well. So just go as further as this location, but never go any much further. And if you see someone going further, just tell them not to. So once you kill the skellies, just follow this path and stop right here. The lab tank will dark escape. That's charge out, and that will be the cue for the Necro and the Red to go in. The Red's casting the spirits, so you can't go in now.